Oh my god, it's so hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs. Because they always take things literally. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Uleakred. We have our first episode of the game explained. It is a PvP. Desro versus Olam. Here we go in the bottom left-hand corner. He really doesn't need an introduction, but here we go. Playing for the orange team, it is Desro. And in the top right-hand corner, playing for the red team, it is Olam. I know little to nothing about Olam at all. I don't know who he is, what does he play for. If you have any idea who this man is, please send me a message or a comment in down below this video. I would love to know who this guy is. It's going to be a pretty good game. I'm pretty excited about this. This is a PvP, one of my favorite matchups in StarCraft. I would say, a pretty simple matchup. A very unforgiving matchup. Usually the first person to draw blood usually wins. As you know, Protoss, as you may or may not know, Protoss units are very expensive, so losing even a few of them can just be over. And when your opponent's units are as strong as yours are, I mean, things can go pretty bad pretty fast. So both players are choosing to open up with pretty fast expansion. Desro's going to go for his gateway into gas first, while words. Olam is going to go for this fast nexus into gateway, into double gas. So very different examples of how you can expand. Me personally, I like Desro's way a little bit better. I mean, if you see something coming, like AKA nobody really does this anymore, Cannon Rush or Proxy 2 Gate or something like that, Desro will be in the better position because he does have a gateway. While Olam would be a little bit screwed because his gateway is just finishing up now. So yeah, both players are going to scout each other out at pretty good timing. The first one going to be Olam. He scouts in here, sees that there are, you know, gateways, a cybernetics core, and expansions coming up, blah, blah, blah. Pretty normal things. Going to do a nice little love tap here on this pylon. Doesn't really like the pylon. This is the key pylon powering these two structures. He thinks that, hey, if I kill this one, maybe I can win the game. This pylon alone. It's the most powerful thing right now. Don't even know why he's attacking it, but hey, to each his own. So we do have two gateways coming up for Olam after he gets the cybernetics core down. First two units I would bet are going to be Adepts. I was right. Very great scouting units for the Protoss arsenal. Going to be able to do some light harass as well as scouting to see what Desro goes after he gets his nexus up. It will be the Twilight Cancel. So I'd pretty much guess, if I had to guess, it's going to be Blink. The reason I think Blink is like the best thing to go for right now in the meta of the game, in the meta of PvP, is because Blink deals with a lot of things. It deals with Stargate, deals with, I guess, Blink itself, deals with robo units in low numbers. Once he gets like 2 or 3 immortals, Blink kind of falls off. And also deals with, later in the game, when we get to the splash that the Protoss players choose. If they choose Colossus, Stalkers kind of fall off, but nobody kind of plays Colossus anymore. We have a nice little dance here with these Adepts trying to bait like they're going to go up, but they decide not to. But yeah, Colossus usually not the splash option anymore. It's usually the Disruptor, and fighting Disruptors, you want units that can move really, really fast against them. And these Adepts finally get up the ramp, going to do some scouting and see what's going on. He does the Psionic transfer there, so the Stalker's going to go that way. Photon overcharge on the Pylon is a natural. Great hold versus this harass so far. He's going to lose one probe, and maybe a second one? No, the Stalkers are here to clear it up. Mama Core comes here to check on her children, and with that, Desro hosts his cheese, and he's going to take a pretty fast third as a prize. So back at Olam's base, he's going to go for more gateways and the much-needed robotics facility, as well as his own Blink. Great option here. I really do think that there's really nothing that compares to Blink right now, as far as in, like, if you're gonna play for the 10-minute, 15-minute game, you really have to go for something that can fight disruptors. And you only have two options. You have air, you have blink. I don't really think there's anything as mobile as the two for Protoss to fight disruptors. Hallucinated Fiend is going to come out here and scout. I said scout. Mothership Core is going to posture around the two bases, going for more gateways, and finally his Nexus on his third. So Olim's going to go for a few more units. Destro's taking the supply lead right now. Has a few more Olim has a few more workers, but Destro has a few more units. Destro's going to posture for these Stalkers to come in here and do a nice little attack. Want to target down the first pylon. Actually decides not to. He's going to say, hey, I'm going to go for the Sentry maybe. He's an even juicier target. And will get it. Great micro, great blink forward. Saves that Stalker. Sees that these five structures are being powered by these one pylon. It's going to take it down, which will give him a few more blink cycles to get ahead of Olim. Great snipe. Great job recognizing that these five structures were powered by that one pylon. That's very dangerous. It's very, 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 very dangerous to do things like that. You can lose a game instantly. I've lost several games before by just powering all my gateways by one pylon. My opponent comes in, snipes the pylon, and I can't warp in anything. And then from there I can't reinforce, and it just snowballs out of control. If Destro was not going for this third base, I would say that snipe would just be GG. One round of warp-ins behind your opponent in a mirror matchup is just bad news bears. So yeah, both players are going to go for this third base. Right now, Destro is going to catch up in worker supply. And both players, right now, Olim's going to be the first one to go for that splash damage. You can see the robotics bay is coming down now. Destro having the higher immortal count right now. Getting those immortals out. None really out for our Protoss player Olim. Still just trying to defend his ramp versus this harass that Destro's throwing out. Great blink away. Doesn't really want to engage this army. He's just baiting. Testing the waters, you know. Upgrades coming in right now. +1/+1 for both players. Destro's is ahead. And in PvP, every little thing matters. It's such a very... Oh my god, I think I missed a DT harass here. Yes, I did. Here comes the DTs. Great surround on this pylon. Doesn't want to let this DT do any damage. War Prism's going to come in here, trying to find whatever it can. The cannon's there to stop this DT. He does lose the cannon. And I'm pretty sure this will just go down. I mean, here comes the blink. Yeah, Photon overcharge, and that War Prism falls. So great little harass from Destro. Doesn't really get as much damage as you would like. I feel like when you go DTs, you always just want to get that, like, opponent who's just not prepared. Because with that, you just end the game with just, like, 2 units. And the game just, like, it's done. But Olim showing that he is ready. He is very confident in his PvP. Knows how to play it. Knows when he needs to get those cannons up. And with that, I don't ever think DTs will be a viable option anymore. With that, Destro's going to have to transition into a better comp. And as you can see, the first disruptor for Destro is going to come out now. And like I said, this is the heart and core of PvP right now. This unit right here really is like the heart and soul, the disruptor of PvP right now. And because of that, the only thing that Protoss really has to rely on is these Stalkers. You know, Stalkers being the choice unit to fight with. The Marines, actually, the core army. Gonna lose a Stalker here. I guess he just had that one scouting and didn't want to blink it away. I don't know what's going on right there. But both players are ready and waiting now to see what their other opponent is going to do. Jeff's going to take his fourth base a little bit faster. Olim does see this, so he does know this is a thing, a threat, something he has to worry about. Dropping more gateways now, and yeah, it's just, this is the meta right now. It seems, I mean, these are two Masters players, two very well-known players. I really don't know too much about Olim, but I mean, Destro seems to know who he is with that greeting he had at the beginning of the game. So this is just, yeah, it's really just going to come down to micro here. There's really not much to say. Oh my god, great disruptor dodge. Oh my god. Olim showcasing he has the better control, killing both the Destro's disruptors and keeping his own, having 3 now. Disruptors are kind of like siege tanks, you know. The more you have, the better off you are. It's kind of like before, you used to say that the person who has the most Colossus wins the game. It seems like now the person who has the most Disruptor wins the game. So hopefully, Destro can get off some great shots on this Blink Stalker ball. But it's really going to come down to the Disruptor shots. This game will be won or lost by the Disruptor alone. I'm loving what Olim's doing. Positioning single Disruptors off like this to get shots off. If Destro decides to engage, great positioning with his army. Knowing how to use these units. Knowing that the Disruptor will be the thing that wins or loses this game. Going to snipe that Observer off, Destro is. Great map awareness. And here we go. A few Stalkers out of position. Going to lose 2 for free. Blinks away. Great posturing from Olim. Just making sure that there is nothing that he doesn't know about. This Stalker's going to come down here, try to scout. Great revelation for Destro on top of Olim's army. We have a single Disruptor that's like out on the map, ready and waiting for Destro to slip. Great Disruptor shot, gains a lot of Stalkers there, Jesus Christ. The supply lead now in the hands of Olim. Great revelation again. So like I said, PvP right now is like metamorphed into this extremely huge battle of micro. It has kind of become like TBT, where like the player who wins is the player who just has better control. I love it. Extremely hard matchup right now, I would say, for those who are not accustomed to the new style of Blink to the board. Oh my god, 2 Disruptor shots going up. Great Blink away. Destro's going to retaliate with his own Disruptor shot, hitting nothing but air. And yeah, I'm loving this from Olim. These little like trickle offs with Disruptors, just trying to find spots where Destro is not prepared. Oh my god, here comes the Disruptor right now. Going to go for a shot. Make it. Oh my god, that was a great hit. Oh my god, that was a great hit, dude. Get so many units with that one Disruptor, paying for itself at least 3 times over. More Blink Stalkers being added in. And yeah, Destro's up to 5 Disruptor shots right now. He's got 5 shots versus Olim, who has Disruptors everywhere. Look at this. This is insane. This is insane. I'm loving the control. The control is definitely better for Olim. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. It really, I mean, in PvP, to win, when it's like you're finding yourself or an army that's similar to yourself, if you don't know, you have to do little things. The little things really get you to GG. Great shot again, killing even more of Destro's army. Olim definitely showcasing he has better control, but oh my god, that's a nice blink. Almost clutching more than he wanted to lose. But Olim at the last second is a great blink away. Loses a few more units, but I would say better. Oh my god, here comes the blink force. Going on top of the Disruptor. Here comes the Disruptor shots from Olim. Going to claim a few more Stalkers' life. Destro Disruptors being targeted down. Another Disruptor shot on top of these Stalkers. And you can see just the much better engagement coming from Olim versus Destro. It's going to come in here to target this 5th base now and shut it down. Olim is positioning himself at the top of this ramp. Destro's going to have to break it. Got to be a little cautious. Loses a few Stalkers there. Going to lose. I don't ever see him being able to hold this next. Does a blink forward. Going to go on top of these Disruptors. But the Stalker count is just higher for Olim. Keeping his Disruptors alive. Has 2 more. Has 1 more. But I mean, doesn't have the Stalker number anymore to compete. Another group of Stalkers coming in for Olim. A lone Tempest out on the map. Not going to really do any much thing against these Disruptors. Great dodge, but I mean, the Stalker count is just too high for Olim right now. With that, Olim's going to take the game. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the first ever episode of the Game Explained. My name is Uleakred. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys later.